A time where women have money. All my problems. The last guy I dated, I paid for everything. I paid for trips. I spent $200 on dinner. The next morning, this is weird. It's 8 a.m. and I don't smell eggs. Yeah, chop chop. Mommy's hungry.
What makes a guy attractive?
Money. You could be the ugliest guy in the world. If you have a lot of money, I will go for you. I don't care how bad that sounds.
Like how much you're supposed to make per year, maybe per month?
Enough so that I don't have to work. Yeah. That's what makes a guy attractive to me.
How do you...
Are you people freaking delusional? I'm seeing a lot of women come up and down these timelines talking about they're not going 50-50 with no man. Let me say something to y'all. This is not the 1960s. The only reason why the men were paying all the bills is because women weren't in a good position to have decent paying jobs. As fucked up as it sounds, women, a lot of these women out here are in better positions than some of the men. So unless your man is a multi-millionaire or he makes triple or quadruple your salary, who are you not to chip in with the bills? If you're looking for a father, say that. If you're looking for a sponsor, say that. But if you're looking for a husband, if you're looking for a relationship, if you're looking for a partner, then there is nothing wrong with splitting bills. This is what a relationship is. We meet each other where each other lacks so we can thrive. Do you know what type of economy we live in? People making 6 figures a year, or if you're not making that or more, you're out here struggling. Be realistic. You'll split the bills with Uncle Sam, but you won't split it with somebody that you love. Y'all have to make sense. Stop flattering yourself. First of all, 50-50 is a good looking because you could be paying the bills all by your fucking self. You're not willing to split bills. Who do y'all think y'all are? What puts you in a position to think that you can't split bills with the person that you're splitting your house with, splitting your heart with, splitting the children with, but you can't split bills? Well, you show me your million, then I'll show you mine. Get the fuck out of here.
What's your age?
I'm 31. 33.
What's the biggest challenge you run into dating 30-year-old men?
They're broke.
You're meeting broke men at 30?
I'm not meeting them, but there's multiple men out there that are broke.
So how much income should a 30-year-old guy be bringing in now in 2023?
100K
Over
plus.
100K, yeah.
100K minimum.
And you think that's realistic?
Yeah.
If you put the effort and the hustle
It's
into
very,
it,
it's very, very possible.
But do you know what percentage of the U.S. is actually bringing in 100K?
Very low. I don't know the percentage.
About
but it's
10%
low.
probably. Like
10%?
Yeah.
So if it's 10% of the U.S., why is that the expectation at 30?
I don't know. We have that question.
Are you yourself bringing in 100K as a woman?
I am, as a woman, more actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that that makes you easier to date?
No, it's actually harder. So yes, women that are intelligent and make more money than men, it's harder to date.
What's your age?
Well, with all due respect, if you really were as intelligent as you say you were, then you would understand that if only 10% of the American population is making 6 figures or more, then obviously it's not that realistic now, is it? And if you were really intelligent, then you would know that the more people that were making 6 figures, then the higher the cost of living and everything else in the United States would go up as well. So obviously you skipped economics with whatever you got your degree or whatever the case may be. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Ron, back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. Now, the brother Joshua Smith sent another clip from Anton Daniels' channel, and as you've seen from the precursor of the other clips, you already know what this is going to be about. So I ain't gonna waste any more time. Let's go ahead and get into it.
So you can make that statement, keep women feminine, because you coming in like a man, paying all them bills. But for the guy trying to wear that shirt, going 50-50, oh, bro, you can't make that statement. She got to go out there and be a man. She got to go out there and get it like you. Even me as a man, right? If I get with a woman that's running 100 miles per hour too, right? I'm not expecting her to do for us to be play traditional roles. Nah, we're not doing that. Hey, listen, you ain't got to cook tonight. I could cook. I've been living on my own since 24. I'm 39. I could cook. Nah, you ain't got to clean. I could clean. My hands work.
I've been saying this for the longest.
Let me drop this little stat real quick that I saw. 67% of people making $50K to $100K per year are currently living paycheck to paycheck. Okay? And the average income is less than that. So, to this conversation.
The question is, though, Q, is these men, that's why they want to modify a traditional relationship, because they can't afford a traditional relationship. And Anton gonna get in here and cap, but he'll get on the Morning Millionaire show, talk about how all these is going through repossessions, all these kicked out their house, all these goddamn work at Food Line, bagging groceries. But he'll sit here and say that no, they the traditional mind. No, they need a modified version of what a traditional relationship is, and they need these women to go out and work and bring in income to the house. That's a modified version of what's traditional. That dude was right. I want to see what Steph and Cole got to say about this.
Steph is cold.
I said Steph is cold. Nigga, I'm from the goddamn Atlanta.
Oh, Jesus.
Steph is cold. Do you agree with the video?
What was the video technically saying again?
Basically saying a lot of these men can't afford the traditional lifestyle that they want because a lot of things are 50-50 and women have to go work. So a man that's not making that much money, that can't provide for the household with his income alone, shouldn't be asking for a traditional woman. Because if you're sending me out to work, you can't expect me to do X, Y, and Z and come home and be feminine if I'm working for a whole different man. Like, that's what he was basically saying.
I mean, that's how, and to be honest, I mean, that's why most of these women are masculine, because they're working 40, 50, 60 hours a week, and they're dealing with this masculine role and this masculine aura. So then when they meet the regular working guy, you know, the 50-50 thing, they don't want the 50-50 thing, because they feel like, and this is how I see it, I'm just be honest, is especially with in the urban community, the Black community. If you make the same amount of money as a woman, she doesn't respect you. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. There's no trying to argue that or combat that. That's just how I see things. And I feel like you got to make more money in today's age. You know what I'm saying? But women carry a lot of goddamn bills. They carry a lot of debt. They don't know how to budget their income. You know, there's a lot of women out here that don't know what they're really doing. You know, I don't know how people are living paycheck to paycheck, making six figures. That's crazy.
Like
I've seen it.
The dick tip of six figures ain't shit, bro.
It really ain't. I was making that.
No, but I've seen it though. Like, working in the financial industry, I've seen people that were making 50K have a better saving than people making 100K, right?
Yeah.
So let's just be honest. A lot of people are into flashy shit, designer, knowing they can't afford it. They don't have the stipends anymore. They're out in the club every weekend, but they're probably living with their mama's basement. So it's like people are not living the lifestyle they should be living. They're trying to keep up with social media, the Joneses. It's not just women, it's just men. Yeah, we might get our lashes, nails done, hair, etc., etc. Y'all getting Gucci belts. Y'all getting them little cars. I don't know what they call the fancy cars. Y'all renting out shit to just impress people. So I think it's men and women.
Now y'all know Q my girl, but I gotta hold her accountable on this one again, because I find it real convenient how convenient it is for you to throw out that stat that people that making 50 up to 100K are living paycheck to paycheck, which is actually true. But you conveniently want to throw in like, oh, men are living out of their means too, right? But 80% of consumer debt is owned by women. So yeah, as much as you want to sit over there and try to throw men in that loop too, That's all fine, but if you're gonna throw out stats, throw out all the stats. Don't just throw out the stats that make women look good. Because most of the consumer debt is owned by women, not men. Men are better with their money. Because I wouldn't be shocked if the people that she's referring to that are making 50K that got more savings than the people that are making more, I wouldn't be shocked if majority of those people are men. Because as men, we don't really need much to be content. It's women that are hypergamous, not men. So yeah, there are men that are out there trying to keep up with the Joneses or whatnot, but statistically it's been proven that it's women, not men. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah, but we got to realize too that 100K ain't shit. Like
it's not. Yeah, it's not. It's not. It's not.
Nick on YouTube talking about some 6-figure 100K. I mean, it's not 100K. I mean, if you talk about maybe 100K after taxes, it's a little something.
That's just like 65, nigga, after tax.
Yeah, but I mean, but like I said, that's the YouTube talking points. But I like what Steph said though, but you still kind of juggled around the whole question about, you know what I'm saying, men wanting traditional women, but cannot provide what's traditionally known as the resources. If you, I'm gonna break this down for you, right? This is my Mr. Logic breakdown. The whole concept, they want the woman to be take care of the kids, cook, clean, go to the gym, take the kids to after school activities, and work a 9 to 5. And then we gotta be honest as men and sit here and say, well, pretty much she's a single mother. You know what I'm saying? You just bring a little income in. That's disingenuous. Now, if somebody's gonna ask for a fit woman to take care of the kids, make sure them little fuckers ain't dumb, do their homework, suck and fuck, clean a house, make sure everything's straight and take care of that, then it takes a special kind of man that can afford her that.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Y'all.
Am I the only one that's not surprised that B. Taylor agrees with that? Of course she agrees with that. But see, here's why for me, this is a flawed argument. Because y'all are only thinking about the traditional roles on the woman's side. Because you ever notice that whenever it comes to the roles that men typically do around the house, that never comes up in these conversations. And you want to know why? Because women don't want to do any of the things that men have done traditionally around the house. I've said this, man, it seems like I've said this 1,000 times, man, but for y'all that are new to my channel, I grew up in a 2-parent household. My mom was the breadwinner. My dad at times had a job and a side hustle or two and still didn't match what my mom made. But I can guarantee you this much. My mom, I say this all the time, my mom never had to wake up early in the morning during wintertime to clear out the driveway or clear out the steps or the walkway, so that way she didn't have to worry about slipping and busting her ass when she had to get to work. And keep in mind that she usually left earlier than my father in the morning. So my dad had to get up. Me and my dad had to get up, because mind you, this is me still in school. So me and my dad would have to get up early in the morning, shoveling snow, so that way she would get to work. Then I would get a ride to school or walk to school, and then my dad would go to work. During the summer, my mom never had to worry about that grass getting cut because me and my father took care of it. During the winter, when those leaves falling, my mom never had to worry about that. Any kind of yard work, anything that involved having to get up on a ladder, replacing a light bulb, like anything of that nature, my mom didn't have to worry about these things. So my thing is that since y'all want to go 50-50 on chores, go 50-50 all the way. Don't just go 50-50 on what women have traditionally done. And if that's how y'all feel, then you know what? Let's not even get a fucking house. Everybody get apartments and townhouses. See, I'm like, that'll eliminate that conversation. But see, don't nobody want to talk about that side of it. But I will say this, Anton did kind of cover this, and we gonna get to that part. Let's keep it moving.
Y'all are all out of your mind
This
again.
nigga shit. What?
Y'all are all out of your mind again. And again, if you talk to any woman that actually has kids that's in school full time, she don't do nothing throughout the day if she's staying at home and she a mom. If a kid is in school full time and the woman is not working, they don't have a lot to do at all. Please don't shake your head at me because I've been married for 20 years.
That has nothing to do, and you're not a mom. The fuck? What are you talking about? You're not a mom.
Yeah, but here's the beautiful.
Marriage. I'm talking about.
Here's the beautiful thing
Your
about
home.
it.
But don't say that for every mother.
Here's the beautiful thing about it. First of all, you're not a stay-at-home mom. Let's be clear.
Okay, you don't know what I was.
Okay, ma'am. I patiently watched y'all all cap on this panel. That's number one. Number two, I have the beauty of communication with the person that's literally sitting right there across from me. So I don't have to be a mom. I can literally, on mute, ask her, and she will tell you that these hoes don't be doing nothing but watching fucking TV and sipping wine all day. That's number one. She's laughing at you right now because she know that it's true. That's number one. Number two, women again have always worked in some capacity, in some form of another. They have always contributed into the household, not just with children. And the beautiful thing about it is that technology has made it so much easier to where y'all not out there hanging clothes on a clothesline, right? You're not fucking washing clothes with the little y'all ain't doing that shit no more. And so because y'all not fucking doing the same things that traditional women did, and they still farmed, and they still did all of this shit and contributed into the household, and they still raised the children at the same time, and they contributed resources, and some of them even worked jobs on top of it in order they would take the shit that they farmed and they would go to the market and sell it while the kids was in school. So when we see the women of today, especially now that they're advocating for equal, but they don't want to contribute into the household, but they want to move into the traditionalism when it's convenient for them, right? You want the freedom to do what you want to do. You want to compete with men. You also want to advocate to be able to vote and have the same leverage as us. And you want to advocate for the same money as us. But then at the same time, you want to advocate for traditionalism when you're ready to retire and your back start fucking hurting because you realize you're not built like a man. I don't want to hear that shit. All women, and I've seen women every single day from every single culture, they work for me, they work above me, they work in other cultures. They don't substitute their femininity just because they got a job and they have resources. When you go to these marriage parties, you wouldn't even know that they fucking corporate executives. You wouldn't even know that they work as fucking hard as they work. They come home, they turn that shit off, they leave it at the job, and they submit to their husband, and you wouldn't even know that they make more money than their husband a lot of times also. They go to work, they contribute to their household, they take care of business, and then they come home and they live in their femininity and they're able to cut that shit off. The only time and the only places that we see this shit is here in these cultures, upon these conversations where women feel like they can have it all, but they ain't got shit.
And he is speaking nothing but facts, because let me tell y'all something. My mom had to correct me when it came to my dad, because I used to be under the impression that, oh, my mom's the breadwinner, my mom is the one that run the show. It was my mom that had to check me. My mom, let me tell y'all something. My mom had to check me and let me know, like, no, son. Yeah, I know I made more money than your father, but that house that you grew up in, he chose that house. Whenever all the vacations that we went on, that we took you to as a kid growing up, he chose those locations, not me. He was the one that was making the decisions around the house. And my mom cooked damn near every day. My dad didn't have to lift a finger when it came to cleaning around the house. Like I mentioned earlier, everything outside of the house he took care of. My mom didn't have to lift a finger and worry about anything outside of the house. And this is what I mean when I say I grew up in a two-parent household, and I grew up in a traditional household, even though both of my parents worked, because they still held to their traditional roles. Now, obviously, my parents are a lot more old school. My mom is 68. My dad just passed and he was 76. So with that being said, not to mention, Anton mentioned other cultures. You go to some of these other cultures, the women are kicking their husbands and boyfriends out of the damn kitchen. They don't even want to see you in the kitchen. And they still making sure they taking care of everything else, including the sex. So at the end of the day, to me, it just looks like American women are getting lazy. And my own mother said this. Like, these younger women that you got to choose from, Jerome, like they just lazy. And this is one of the reasons why she's actually kind of supported me traveling and what I'm doing now, because she sees what I got to choose and pick from. But y'all let me know what y'all thought about this, man. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hitting that bell notification, that way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button, because that helps with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description, as well as my latest mixtape, Colombian Soul Volume 2. And if you want to purchase any of the merch, spreadshot.com link is in the description. Until the next video, y'all, deuces.